When was the last time you plucked a fruit from a tree? Most of you would have gone back to your childhood, to your grandparents' or parents' home in your hometown, where you're running around open fields, barefoot, connecting with nature. Some of you would have recollected a farm stay or a vacation where you had a quiet moment with nature. And the rest of you who still pluck fruits from trees, you people are the blessed ones who still maintain that connection with nature. Now, why am I saying this? According to the data, in 2024, 31.2% of Indians are living in cities. 20 years ago, it was just 20%. And it is expected that in few decades, more than 50% of India will be living in cities, concrete jungles. In cities, we are well connected, isn't it? We have mobile, we have social media, even groceries delivered in 10 minutes. But in the middle of all this connection, we are slowly getting disconnected from the most important thing, nature. We don't enjoy the joy what nature offers us. We don't get into a garden. We don't walk barefoot on earth. We don't see a fruit. We don't get to hear the bird chirping sounds. We don't see an earthworm. Slowly, all these things are converting into memories. Now, I want all of you to imagine how much land do you think is needed to grow avocados, lychee, dragon fruit, custard apple, guava, rose apple, passion fruit, sapodilla, and different varieties of fruits. Most of you will be imagining acres of land, open farmland which spread across huge amount of area. Now, imagine a 30 by 50 plot, that is 1500 square feet of land or 3.4 cent of land. Try to fit all of these fruit trees into it. Sounds doable? Now let me make it more interesting. Out of this 1500 square feet land, there is a house as well, and the open area for gardening will be around 400 square feet. Sounds impossible, isn't it? What if I tell you that is my home? When you blend passion towards nature, creativity, and little bit of madness, you'll make the impossible possible. I am Sumesh Nayak, known as 1500 square feet gardener, which is also my Insta handle. Let me take you to my journey. I was born and raised in Kerala, surrounded by greenery. My parents had a beautiful home garden and a backyard with so many trees. We had mango, banana, cashew, jackfruit, different varieties. But in 2007, something happened. I moved to Bangalore to pursue my career as a corporate employee. Bangalore, we all know, it is a garden city. Here, the garden is predominantly public park or apartment common areas, or the concept of the personal garden space, that is something which is very limited, and I started missing that connection with nature. So in 2012, when we finally decided to settle down in Bangalore by investing in a property, we chose a villa, and that to a corner one, with the hope that we can create our own personal garden space. So in 2013, when we moved into the space, we were all excited. We were thrilled that we are going to finally create our own garden. We went to the nearby nursery. We were like kids going to an ice cream shop. We wanted everything. We picked up rose, hibiscus, fruits. We came back home with a car full of plants and a heart full of hope. We arranged everything so neat, so clean. We started watering the plants daily, sometimes twice a day. Days passed, weeks passed. Slowly, the plants started drying. The garden was not looking nice. We went to the nursery asking for help. They gave us some chemical fertilizer. We came back home and gave it lavishly to the plants with the hope that it will revive. But in few weeks, almost all the plants were dead. Our garden gone. Our dreams shattered. Our hearts broken. That is when I realized the most easiest thing in gardening is to kill plants. Some people told, maybe you don't have a green thumb. Or gardening takes lot of effort and time, and balancing between corporate life and gardening is not your thing. But, I was not ready to accept this failure. Failure happens only when you give up. We are living in a tech generation, isn't it? When your mobile or laptop is not responding, what do? We restart. Likewise, I chose to restart gardening. This time, I didn't get a car full of plants. We got very few plants. And we started observing them. It's not that we didn't do mistakes. We did fewer mistakes. Weeks passed, months passed. We didn't kill not even a single plant. All of them were alive. And that gave us confidence. We went back to the nursery, got some more plants. And the cycle went on and on and on. And now after 11 years, our house is filled with plants. We have plants in the terrace, we have plants in the balcony, we have plants in the living room. And outside, all the trees have covered so much so that when people walk around, they cannot see the house. It is barely visible from outside. Let me tell you the secret, how I achieved this. With 11 years of learning and the failures, I created my own model so that anyone can do gardening. Gardening is not a to-do. It is not a task. It is like executing a project. So there is planning stage, implementation stage, and the maintenance stage. So considering all this, I created my own model known as the PLANT, the plant model. Following this, anyone can start gardening. P stands for plan your space. Before you start gardening, gauge your space. Your garden area can be an open space or a balcony or a terrace or even a window sill. You need to observe what is the climatic condition in your area. How much is the sunlight? How much is the airflow? How much is the humidity? Everything will be unique in different part of your home. Even in an apartment, 2 balconies or 2 blocks will have a different condition. You need to observe what is there in your area. Next one is L, stands for list your plants. Instead of starting randomly, create a list. What type of garden are you going to create? Are you going to create a fruit garden? Are you going to create a flower garden or a vegetable garden? Create a list. List down the plants. And the third one is A, adapt local. Like I mentioned, we are living in a tech generation. I know it is tempting to look into social media and order a variegated monstera or some exotic plants. All plants are available just one click away from anywhere in the world. But always remember, all this foreign plant comes with foreign requirements, which may not suit your climatic conditions. So eventually what would happen, you need to spend more time in taking care of the plants or you might kill the plant. So instead, choose local because those plants are accustomed to the local conditions. So the chances of thriving is much more higher. And the fourth one is N, the need for plants. Just like we all humans are alike, but our needs are different. So do the plants. Some plants like direct sunlight, but some plants like indirect sunlight. Some plants like frequent watering, but some plants like not frequent watering. Some plants like dryness, but some plants like humidity. understand what is the care and requirement of the plants what you select. And also notice that sunlight is the key for all fruits and flowers. And also look into nature. When you look into nature, plants doesn't use chemical fertilizer. So keep your garden organic. Feed natural fertilizers or compost. And the last one is T. Take action and trust the process. Gardening is a rhythm. It's a routine. You need to find routine according to your schedules. Once you start doing that, whether it is watering the plants or cleaning or pruning, all those chores will feel as choices and you will find joy in those choices. And over the period of time, with that joy, you will create your own garden. It is that easy. All you need to remember is PLANT, to plant. And the gardening journey doesn't end here. Connecting with garden made us more environment conscious. Now our house is completely regenerative. It runs 100% on solar power. We even export the excess to the grid. We harvest rainwater and we reuse it for the plants. We use induction cooktop for cooking, which runs 100% on solar. We don't throw the kitchen waste to landfill. We convert that into compost and we feed it to the plants. And in return, nature gives us in abundance so many fruits. We even share that with our friends, families, and neighbors. Not just that, we even take its own share. I have documented 49 varieties of birds and 39 varieties of butterflies visiting our garden. I have seen fireflies also. Imagine all this possible in a small 1500 square feet of land in Bangalore. I have heard people saying, I don't have space to create garden. I don't know where to start. All I say is, start anyway. You don't need to plant 1,000 plants. You don't need to plant 100 plants. Start with 5. Start with 1. Start anyway. Gardening is not a destination to reach. It's a journey. By planting a sapling, you are not just planting a sapling. You are creating memories. You are connecting with nature. And now we require that connection more than ever. Most of the people think that connecting with nature or protecting nature means some big government initiative or some NGO or some project. But the reality is that individually we can do so much in our own limited space, in our day-to-day life. So here is my concluding message. Start planting something. Start with 1. Don't be afraid of failure. Always remember, even the greatest gardeners have killed plants. It is not about not doing mistakes. It's about learning from them and choosing to restart. And when you choose to restart, even a tiny garden can create big wonders. Thank you.